Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this year I have done a reasonable amount of university content telling you about my course, little bits and pieces here and there just about the whole experience, because obviously it has been a very different one considering the whole Miss Rona situation, but I thought it was only right to wrap up this year by telling you my final university scores for my first year at uni. That was a whole mouthful. I don't know why I didn't say that in a simpler way. So basically in this video I'm going to give you my final scores for both trimester 1 and trimester 2. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how my experience went now that I'm reflecting on it, and yeah, just a little recap. Just one more thing before this video starts. If you are not subscribed, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. There are currently quite a lot of you that aren't subscribed to my channel who watch my content, and I would love for you to join our little family. So I have my laptop here. It is plugged in charging because I'm not very prepared, and it also sounds like it's literally about to fly off to the moon, so if you can hear that, I'm really sorry. But I've got my scores on here. I will put screenshots up as well so that you can see what I'm referencing, and I'm going to tell you how I went in uni basically. So in trimester 1 I took 5 units. One of them was a compulsory one which does not have a grade, but basically gives you, like, you have to do it to be able to go to uni basically. And then my other 4 I have my scores for in front of me, and quickly I just want to tell you what each subject was. So I did communication and everyday life, which is basically just like career planning. I did news reporting 1, pretty self-explanatory. Making social media, again pretty self-explanatory. And introduction to public relations, which, you guessed it, is about public relations. So these are the scores that I got here. So I got a 66 for communication and everyday life, I got a 75 in news reporting, I got an 82 in making social media, and an 66 in introduction to public relations. So it's no surprise that making social media was my highest, because it is something that I do anyway. I love social media, I love creating, I love writing, I love all of the little bits and pieces that go with that. I love looking at the analytics, I love literally all of it. I just think it's so fascinating, and I think that really shows in my scores as well. But then obviously you can tell that I was struggling with public relations and communication. They were tricky, they were hard to get a grasp of. I literally remember I was doing an assignment for PR and I fell asleep on the floor because I'd had enough and I couldn't even be bothered going to my bed. I was like, I need to do this assignment, but I just need to relax. So I literally just laid on the floor, and that was it for me. So trimester 1 was actually quite a good trimester because I got to spend the first couple of, the first week and a half, I guess, at uni. So I had a little bit of understanding of how classes worked and stuff like that. But then after that we went into lockdown and had to start studying from home, which was certainly a weird experience with it all being online, but something that I'm used to now, and I probably could carry on if I wanted to. But fingers crossed uni actually opens up next year. So it was a bit of a weird one. It was nice to have some sort of understanding of being on campus, but then at the same time I was thrown into something that I didn't really understand. So I'm pretty proud of my scores, to be honest, because that was tricky, especially having a gap year and then being thrown into study and then being thrown into individual study online with absolutely no communication with anyone whatsoever apart from through a screen where it is pretty much blank. Yeah, tricky. So then for trimester 2, my most recent trimester, which I finished I think probably a month ago roughly, I did creative brand communication and advertising subject, making video again with social media, strategic communication and writing is another PR subject, and then I did marketing fundamentals. So these are the scores that I got for these subjects. I got distinctions in all of them, which I'm super proud of, because honestly trimester 2 was so much harder than trimester 1. I was lacking motivation, hella lacking motivation. I did not want to do uni in trimester 2 because I was just so unmotivated. I had no idea what I was doing, no introduction at uni. It was just literally thrown into the online thing, which is fine, you can do it, but I prefer to be in person. But I got good scores, so I'm not mad about it. So I got a 73, a 72, a 70 and a 78. So I got the best score in marketing, which I'm actually really happy with. I really enjoy marketing. I think it's really fascinating and I think there's so much you can do with it. And I find myself having like a bit more of a marketing brain now, like just generally, which is interesting. But if I were to drop any of those subjects, it'd definitely be the advertising one, just because I'm creative, but it's just like, it's so weird. It's like there's not much structure. You literally just do whatever, which I guess is nice, but yeah, but if I didn't have to, if attendance wasn't being taken for that, I probably wouldn't have attended my classes. Let's just put it that way. So those are my scores for both trimester 1 and 2, and I have successfully got 8 credit points now, so I am a third of the way through my degree, which is bloody incredible, and I'm so happy about it. I'm 1 year down, 2 years to go, which sounds like a lot to be fair, but it'll go quickly, fingers crossed. So I actually asked for questions over on my Instagram the other day, on my Instagram stories, as to like basically uni related Q&A. So if you ever want to get involved in one of these videos, definitely go and follow my Instagram. That's the best way. I always post on my stories and ask for questions and stuff like that. So if you want to get involved, definitely hit me up over there. But I've got them on here and I'm going to answer some of them for you. So if you're just here for the scores and you want to go now, thanks for watching. But if you want to hear about my experience a little bit more, then keep going. So one of the questions is, are you happy with how your uni year went? And the answer is yes. I'm actually extremely happy with how it went. I am super proud that I made it through, considering everything that's going on, and everyone who's studying and just everyone everywhere should be proud of what they've done. But yeah, I'm super happy because it was definitely intense, and yeah, it was like literally an unreal experience. I don't know how to put it into words, but I am really happy with the way it went, and I think my scores reflect my effort that I put in. Even for trimester 1, you can tell which subjects I put more effort into, so my scores definitely reflect how happy I am with the outcome. So the next question is, would you change the course that you decided to do? And my answer to that is absolutely 100% not. I'm obsessed and in love with my course, and I love everything about it and the path that it's taking me down. But in saying that, I do have friends that aren't certain on their courses. They've started them, they don't mind them, but they're not 100% about them. So if you are unsure about your course, definitely like take the leap and go and try something else if that's what you really want to do, because you don't want to get in a course and get stuck and then have regrets about it. But if it's like you're in a course but you hate one elective, don't let that dictate whether you hate your entire course. For example, I didn't particularly like news reporting, but I still love my course and the path that it's leading me in. So if you're doing like teaching and one of the subjects is music and you're like, I literally hate playing the recorder, well, maybe you don't have to be a music teacher, but you still might want to do teaching kind of thing. So just like evaluate it and see what you think. But personally, I'm so happy with my course and I wouldn't change it. So the next question is, what ATAR did you need for your course and what ATAR did you end up getting? So from what I can remember, I think the ATAR that I needed was like maybe 65, 70-ish, somewhere around there. It was different for different universities, but Deakin was somewhere around that mark. And I got a 72 point something. So you might be shocked that I'm just like letting you know that, but honestly, like, they always say, but your ATAR does not define you. 100% it does not define you. And I'm not afraid to tell people my ATAR now because it just does not bother me. But yeah, I think it was like 60, between 60 and 70, which I know is like quite a broad range, but I can't remember and I don't know if it's changed since, so I can't look it up and tell you. But I got a 72 point something and I managed to get into my course. And the final question that I'm going to be answering in this video, because I don't want to drag on too long, is did you find it difficult to make friends online? And straight up the answer to this is absolutely not. So I was really fortunate that I did get to meet a few people when I was on campus for the first part of my course, but at the same time I still met people online, and there's two people in mind that always, or two or three people, they always just like spring to my mind, people that I've made really good friends with, that I've made friends with mostly online, in an online like scenario situation. You all know who you are, but I will give a special mention to Marley, Jack and Bianca. I love you guys, you're great, and I'm so glad that I met you. Cheesy. But yeah, like the online forum is obviously a bit of a different way to meet people, but it is not like the be all and end all. You still can meet people online. It's just like having an internet best friend, but you know that you can actually see each other in person because you are close in proximity and you know that they're real people and everything like that. So I don't know, I was fortunate that I did meet some people, but I also met people online that I met over Zoom and I would like literally just like talk to during my classes, and they're really nice people and we're Facebook friends. So if that's you, hello. So that is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that my answers to my questions and that my scores just enlighten you a little bit. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash a huge thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me any tips that you have, anything else that you want to know. I'm happy to answer any questions in the comments as well. And subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next one.